The movie opens with a terrifying masked person creeping towards the front door. It cuts to a girl named Teresa walking upstairs whilst talking on the phone. The masked person quietly breaks into the house. Teresa is in her room and hangs up, then starts to put on the sweater when the phone rings. She answers to heavy breathing on the other end before quickly hanging up. The person grabs a kitchen knife whilst Teresa is putting on her shoes. She gets spooked when she hears a noise. She slowly walks towards the landing and looks over the banister to find the table lamp smashed on the floor. She thinks her friends are pranking her. As she makes her way back to her room, she comes face to face with the masked person. She slowly starts walking backwards before stopping at the edge of the stairs, then falls to her death. It is now 30 years later. We meet Mark, Sadie, Chloe, Darren, and Ashley. They are members of the Stalker Club. They are jocks and girls with perfect hair who are watching a scary movie together when Mark appears out of nowhere and scares them all. Darren tells everyone he used to know a girl from his old high school that got stalked and died. Chloe's mother, Anna, walks in half-wasted on wine and ruins the mood for everyone. Ashley leaves and gets into her car. She slowly turns towards the back seat after having a weird feeling, but there's nothing to panic about before driving off. She pulls up in the drive. As she makes her way to the front door, her mother Karen walks out with her new man Trevor and introduces him to Ashley. Ashley doesn't seem so thrilled and just goes in. Mother and daughter are in the kitchen having a chat about Trevor, when she reminds her mother that it's been 2 years that day since her father died, and thinks her mother has moved on. Ashley is in her room on her laptop. Her friend Meredith video calls her when Ashley gets a weird text with a link inviting her to join the Stalker Club. The gang are back at school talking about the weird link, and asks if anyone joined before making their way to their classes. Ms. Glinner, the science teacher, hands everyone a frog for dissection, when Sadie tells her she can't do it. Doctor's orders. Meredith screams as she opens her book to find a dead frog. She thinks it was Chloe's doing. The friends are in the canteen when Chloe tells them they should join the Stalker Club. They all agree. They click the link and get a set of rules. The next scene sees the friends at the football field, where Chloe is telling them the rules, which is to draw names from a hat and assign a stalker. The other friends or victims have to figure out who the stalker is, and unmask him or her. It's evening. Ashley is asleep when there's a knock on the door, suddenly waking her. She gets freaked. She goes down to see who it is. She opens the door but no one is there. Ashley notices the light in her car is on, and goes to turn them off when she sees a mask and freaks her out. She gets an ominous text and quickly runs into the house, locking the door behind her. The stalker slowly walks up to her house holding a knife and ready to attack. Ashley opens the door, but her mom has come home. The next morning in science class, Meredith talks about poisonous frogs, and a slide comes up on the presentation that shows a newspaper article of Ashley's dead father. Meredith warns Ashley that her new group of friends do not have her best interest at heart. Ashley brushes off her friend because she is dating hunky jock Darren. That evening, Ashley and Darren are having dinner when she explains to him how her dad died. Darren walks off to go and put some music on when a dog starts barking. Ashley goes to investigate. She looks out the window and sees a masked stalker staring back at her before walking off. She turns around to find a masked person standing behind her, but it was only her boyfriend Darren messing around. She doesn't look happy and tells him she saw someone outside, and thinks it was him. He denies it. Next morning at school, Chloe asks the gang if they have any juicy stalking story to tell. Ashley confesses she saw someone outside Darren's house the night before. Mark and Chloe seem very excited about the game. The scarier the better, he says, but the others don't share the same enthusiasm. It's evening. Ashley, her mom Karen and Trevor are conversing over dinner when Ashley asks Trevor an inappropriate question. Karen snaps at Ashley for what she just said. They both go into the kitchen to get dessert and coffee, and Ashley apologizes for what she just said. Karen tells her Trevor makes her happy, and Ashley should make an effort to get along with him. Ashley brings a mug of coffee for Trevor, but he is gone. As Karen is bringing out the dessert, she sees a figure in the window which spooks her, causing her to drop the plate. Ashley rushes out and looks around, but there is no one there. Karen asks the whereabouts of Trevor, and as Ashley is answering, he pops up out of nowhere. Karen and Trevor go in when Ashley spots a bracelet on the floor. The next morning, Chloe tells them Mark has one just like that, and they think he is the stalker and sets up a trap to catch him. The next scene, we see Chloe walking seductively up to Mark wearing a bikini, and he likes what he sees. She makes an excuse about needing a drink. Thinking he's gonna get lucky, he obeys her order. As he goes in, she calls to Ashley and Darren. They are both wearing black cloaks and brought their masks with them. As they slowly sneak up to the fence, Mark hears a buzzing sound from a bag. He opens it and a bunch of bees fly out and sting him. Unable to breathe, he falls to the floor and almost dies, but Ashley finds his EpiPen and saves him. The friends are at the hospital where Ashley's mom is a nurse and Mark is recovering. They go into his room and are shocked by the state of his face. He asks them what they were doing at his house, when Chloe blatantly tells him they jokingly set him up, because they think he is the stalker. Ashley tells him she found his bracelet at her house. He says it was stolen and to check his wallet. She opens his wallet and pulls out a piece of paper with victim written on it. So now they're back to square one, and argue about who the stalker is. They decide to stop playing the game because things have been taken too far. Darren and Ashley pull up at her house. At the hospital, Chloe mentioned Darren strangled his brother when they were young, and Ashley questions him about it. He tells her his brother used to torment him a lot, and one day he just snapped and strangled him. They have a quick smooch before she exits the car. We are back at the hospital. Mark's parents are by his side when Nurse Karen walks in and tells them visiting time is over. As they leave the room, the real stalker walks in and injects something in Mark's IV. Karen almost catches the stalker as he or she walks out of the room. But who could the stalker be? Mark starts having a seizure and the nurses rush in to try and save him, but it's too late. Back at home, creepy things continue to happen to Ashley. She is doing her homework when she hears a barking noise. She goes to the window but doesn't see anything. Then she notices her father's face has been cut out of the photograph. She hears a noise again and proceeds downstairs to find the television suddenly on. She pauses the movie and screams, "Who is doing this?" The door slowly creaks open. She runs out and the stalker is hiding round the corner. The stalker is about to stab Ashley again as she slowly walks in his direction, but her mom comes home early from work with the bad news about Mark. Ashley is about to tell her mom something, when she has a flashback to what Chloe said in the hospital, but then changes her mind. Karen turns off the TV and makes her way up to bed. Ashley, still anxious, takes one last look out of the window before locking the door. She gets another frightening message. Next morning at school, Ms. Glinner informs her class about the passing of Mark. Meredith questions about the bees in the bag. It's lunchtime. Ashley, Darren and Chloe are discussing the recent events and they think Ashley is being paranoid because she is still being stalked. They suspect Sadie is the stalker as she has been skipping school. We are now at Sadie's house. She is upset over Mark's death and her mom loads her up on anti-anxiety medication. Chloe breaks into Sadie's locker for clues, when a cutout of Ashley's father's face falls out from a book. Karen is about to do laundry when she notices the photo in the bin. Trevor is over and they are discussing the matter. He leaves as Ashley walks in. Karen shows her the photo and asks her why she did this. Ashley makes up excuses but Karen is not amused. Trigger warning. Sadie is a cutter. She is in the bathroom, and we see a depiction of her cutting her arm, giving her relief. There is a knock on the door. Sadie quickly cleans her arm and goes into the room to find a dead bug on the bed. As she picks up the bug, the stalker emerges from the bathroom. The stalker comes face to face with Sadie, and slowly pushes her onto the bed before being killed. Ashley arrives at Sadie's house. She gets out of the car and sees the stalker through the window. She rings the doorbell but no answer. Darren messages he's running late. Ashley goes in through the window and searches for Sadie. Chloe arrives. Ashley screams as she finds Sadie in a staged suicide in the bathtub. The police have arrived at the scene, and Chloe tells the now remaining members to keep quiet about the club. Chloe still thinks Sadie is behind all the stalking. Ashley thinks they should come clean about the game, but Chloe blackmails her if she spills. The police officer starts questioning Ashley, as Chloe's body is being bought out. Karen takes her daughter home and tucks her into bed. She goes over the night's events and puts two and two together. A freaked out Ashley suspects Darren is the stalker, and starts giving him the third degree. In class, Ashley gets emotional seeing her friend's death and run to the bathroom. Meredith follows her and they talk. Meredith tells Ashley it seems weird, that Chloe didn't even seem upset when her boyfriend Mark, and best friend Sadie died. Kyle runs up to an upset Ashley to give his condolences. He asks for if they would like to hang out sometime but she turns him down. He didn't seem too happy with her answer. Karen and Trevor are having lunch. She tells him it's not the best time for her to be dating, and that she needs to focus on her daughter. Trevor gives her some words of encouragement, with a smirk look. Ashley is on her laptop when she gets a video call. She answers. It's the stalker making a violent gesture. She screams in anger before throwing her laptop to the floor. Ashley is at the school library after hours doing a search about the Stalker Club, when Ms. Glinner walks in and questions her about it. Ashley seems agitated when she answers. Karen is in Ashley's room searching around. She opens a drawer, and to her horror finds a mask. Ashley is still in the library. As she gets up and walks to the door, she finds the door is locked. As she turns around, The stalker slowly enters. A scared Ashley tells the stalker that she has had enough of the game and is done with it. The stalker pulls out a knife, making Ashley run for her life. She's running around all over the place screaming. She enters the theater, but the other door is also locked. She hears footsteps and hides behind the chairs. Suddenly a film of her father begins to play on the big screen. The stalker catches her and almost stabs her, but she knees him in a certain place before escaping. Ashley saves herself by pulling the fire alarm. She breaks the rule of the Stalker Club and tells the police about the game. The police officer tells her they'd done a sweep of the whole school and didn't find anyone. Ashley is back home now and her mom asks of her whereabouts as it's late. They take a seat when Ashley finds a mask on the table and asks her mom where it came from. Karen asks her the same question. Ashley then comes clean to her mom about the Stalker Club. As Ashley is telling her about the game, all the memories come flooding back to Karen, as she was also a member of the Stalker Club 30 years ago when she was a teen. There's a knock on the door. Karen answers. It's only Darren. Ashley confesses to him that she told her mom and the police everything. He looks worried when Ashley tells him the police will be questioning him also. Karen doesn't seem surprised by it all and makes a mysterious phone call. The police question Chloe about the game, but she lies, saying she doesn't know anything about it and that it's all down to Ashley. As the police leave, Chloe's mother, Anna, asks her why she lied, then blames her mother for all of it because of what she said during her drunken rant. But Anna has no clue of what she said and starts panicking. As Ashley is walking to class, Kyle is creepily following her. She turns around and questions him of his whereabouts the day she almost got attacked at the library. Chloe shows up with an attitude because Ashley blabbed to the police. Ms. Glinner reminds Chloe she has detention again after school. Meredith is telling Ashley about all the cruel things Chloe did when they were younger, making Ashley believe maybe Chloe is the person behind the mask. Ashley has a plan and asks for Meredith's help to bring Chloe down. Karen meets with Anna and the other parents of the Stalker Club members from when they were younger. She tells the other parents they need to tell the truth about the club. She tells them that one of them was in the house that night when Teresa died all those years ago. But who? She snaps at the parents that things have gone too far, and they need to tell the police as they have all lost a loved one, and is not about to lose another. Anna has a shifty look on her face. Ashley and Meredith pull up at Chloe's house, and she tells Meredith about the plan to set Chloe up and catch her in the act. Chloe is drinking wine whilst looking at pictures of Mark on her laptop. Ashley enters through the gate and starts recording Chloe while she is on the phone, yelling at her mother about the Stalker Club. Then her throat is slit, and Ashley gets the whole thing on her phone. She screams from what she just witnessed and attempts to get away, but Meredith, her getaway driver, is gone. As the stalker is walking towards Ashley, she quickly gets into the car and drives off. Ashley runs into her house calling after her mom when Darren enters. She tells him to stay away from her, accusing him of being the stalker. As he leaves, Ashley hears a loud scream. She slowly walks towards the door and a bloodied hand appears. Karen shows up and Ashley runs to her, scared and crying about what just happened. She tells her daughter to go inside and lock the door. Karen goes searching for Darren. As Ashley calls 911, the stalker appears from behind, grabbing the phone from her hands. She freezes as the stalker cleans the knife and starts chasing her around the house. Karen finds Darren tied up and he tells her the stalker is in the house. Just as the stalker is about to kill Ashley, the stalker takes off the mask, revealing to be none other than Ms. Glinner, the science teacher. A shocked Ashley asks why she is doing this. Ms. Glinner confesses, it was Karen and the other parents who formed the Stalker Club in which her sister Teresa died. She found out about the game a couple of years ago in her sister's old journal. Then she has a flashback to when they were younger, explaining how her sister was tormented and scared, with all the late night phone calls and all the notes she received. And one night, the young Ms. Glinner walked into a room to catch 5 people wearing black cloaks and white masks. She decided to get revenge on those who wronged her sister, since the police ruled it as an accident. Karen walks in and yells at Ms. Glinner to get off her daughter. Karen explains to the science teacher that it was all a mistake and apologizes, and that Anna took the game too far. Ashley slowly grabs a vase and smashes it over Ms. Glinner's head. Karen grabs Ms. Glinner's arm, making her drop the knife. Karen gets pushed, knocking her out. Ms. Glinner now gets hold of Ashley and starts strangling her, before Meredith runs in, picks up the knife and stabs Ms. Glinner. Karen gets up, and all 3 watch Ms. Glinner fall to the floor and die. Ashley and Darren continue to date, and are disturbed to know that the Stalker Club has now gone viral online. Karen and Trevor are also still dating, and Ashley is warming up to him. As Ashley goes in to get buns, she receives a text that reads, "You can never leave the Stalker Club," making her scream. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more cool videos.